This season, Pizza Hut's giving you something to celebrate. The holiday stuffer, a pizza loaded with 10 great toppings. Pepperoni, mushrooms and olives, Italian sausage, ham and bacon, beef and pork toppings, onions, even green peppers. Now at Pizza Hut, try one medium for a special price of $9.99. Any second pizza's half its menu price. But you'd better hurry because when the season ends, so does the deal. Enjoy the holiday stuffer from Pizza Hut. One medium's $9.99. Any second pizza's half its menu price.
Look, the world-famous Metropolitan Life representative is playing charades. First word, first syllable. Wave, ocean, sea. Seascape, seesaw, soup spoon. First word, second syllable. Sounds like one. Sun, season. Second word. Three, shape. Dog lips. Dog lips. I got it. Season's greetings from MetLife.
You know what it's like during the holidays. Someone is always dropping in. Oh, ho! As always, they'll expect plenty of 7-Up. So if you get a lot of unexpected guests, get a lot of the only taste that will do for Christmas, 7-Up. After all, the more, the merrier.
Christmas time is almost here. Want to make cookies? So we're baking up some holiday cheer. Pillsbury slice and bake cookies. Cookies! With Rudolph, Charlie Brown's tree, and ho-ho-hos. Spending time together, making memories last forever. Pillsbury. Merry Christmas! From my heart to yours.
You'll find a gift for every member of the family at Target, including Mrs. Doubtfire with Robin Williams, Scrooge, and Rookie of the Year. 3 of the many entertaining home videos from Fox, $9.99 to $12.99.
Time for
If your old home entertainment stuff has become less than, well, entertaining, come to Best Buy. Because right now, you can get 0% interest for 1 whole year on TVs, VCRs, camcorders, stereos, speakers, and components. So if your old stuff has finally run out of holiday spirit, come check out the new stuff at Best Buy.
Ooh, that's a nice postcard, Billy. Where'd you get it?
Well, my dad went to Burger King, and when he bought a new state sauce burger combo, he got this postcard free. They have coupons for Kmart Photo Center on great stuff like 2-for-1 prints and discounts on Duracell batteries and poster enlargements.
Come to Burger King for a delicious steak sauce burger combo and get a great Kmart Christmas offer.
How do you know all this?
I read this while I was waiting to see you. Your way, right away at Burger King now.
Kathy, this Christmas I got the family a great gift at a great price. A Kodak Color Burst instant camera. And Kodak is sending us back $5. I also bought them 5 packs of Kodak instant film. And Kodak is sending us back another $5. $10 in all. Gee, Kathy, there really is a Santa Claus, huh?
Young man, you should be in bed by now.
Save up to $10 on all Kodak Color Burst instant cameras and films. See your photo dealer for details.
This year, nobody can resist Garfield plush toys at McDonald's. A different one every week while supplies last for $2.69 each. 50 cents of which is donated to Ronald McDonald Children's Charities.
McDonald's today. The hedgehog's back and it's better than ever for Christmas this year.
The 19
1999 Hess truck and space shuttle are here.
Soaring into the new millennium with lights and sound straight out of Mission Control. Retractable bay doors that activate the satellite launcher. And it's blast off to Hess stations where the shuttle is landed for $19.99, Energizer batteries included.
Countdown is here. The Hess truck's here.
Happy holidays from Hess.
Giving beats everything, and nobody beats the Wiz.
If you're having a hard time finding that special Christmas gift and you live near Succossana, New Jersey, giving will be a lot easier this year. Nobody Beats the Wiz is opening another superstore this Friday, November 29th on Route 10 at the Roxbury Mall in Succossana. Be there. For Christmas, as always, nobody beats the Wiz.
Cookie crisp, very cookie crisp. Little cookies like the chips that you can't resist. Cookie, crook, and chip in a one-dog open sleigh. Crashing through the snow, laughing all the way. Bells on top got free.
They're not very bright, but being that it's Christmas time, I'll give them something nice. Cookie Crisp is the merry part of this complete breakfast.
Now there's a Marvel Spider-Man trading card, free inside specially marked boxes of Cookie Crisp.
We're going to go over this one time and one time only.
Hey everybody, have you heard the news? Joe Bob is back in town. Joe Bob is back in town. Joe Bob is back in town.
Hello potential survivors, Ghostfake here, and I'm here to talk to you about a perfectly harmless, yet sometimes fatal affliction called subscriber's guilt. This unbelievably dangerous disease occurs when YouTube recommends a video that you may like, and based off the one video, you subscribe to that channel, only to find out that every other video on that channel is complete trash. Well, I'm here to tell you that at Survivor's Guilt, you don't have to worry about that, because every video is trash. Here at Survivor's Guilt, we determine your chances of surviving your favorite and not favorite horror movies, using our patented survival stat technology based loosely in science. We calculate your exact odds of surviving through these movies. Did I say exact? I meant exaggerated and biased. We do this by taking a look at our main characters and the death that surrounds them to determine your chances of suffering survivor's guilt. So don't afflict yourself with subscriber's guilt, try survivor's guilt, and prepare to be disappointed.
Oh, hello. I didn't see you there. Welcome, mutants, to a very mutant Christmas special. I am, of course, your host, Mick Manhattan, the Scene Snob, and I am joined today by some very special people from the Mutant fam. We are going to be celebrating Christmas. We're going to be talking all things horror Christmas, and I want to bring on my first guest right now, well, my first host right now, who's not in his chair, and that's why I'm doing this. And that is Mr. Frank Selma. Frank, how are you today? You look just like Obama when Clint Eastwood talked to him. It's quite beautiful. I missed you, man. You got the ticker in the background. We're doing well. We're doing well. This is already said. And that was Frank. Okay, so I'm going to bring in the rest of our guests because our other host is running a little late, but she wouldn't be the best that she is if she wasn't, because I know she's putting together a very fine concoction for us tonight. But before we get there, I am going to introduce. Oh, there he is, Mr. Frank Selma. What's going on, buddy? Welcome.
Thank you. Nothing much. I figured I'd let you watch the countdown for a little bit. That's what this is all about, right?
Well, I'm glad you're here, man, because I miss you every Friday until we get to every Friday, of course.
Yes, sir. Me too. I miss you.
So I'm going to start bringing on guests because we're here and they're here, and it's going to be amazing. So first, without delay, you just saw him, Mr. Daddy Man himself. Brian, what's up, buddy?
Hello. Thanks for having me.
I love the rewind, man. Welcome to the special.
I had to make the chili, jump in the time machine, get over to the Scene Snobs.
It's a lot.
We always appreciate
one
it.
evening.
We are glad you're here because it would not be a Christmas special without you.
Thank you. And here you go. I just made my cocktail. Cheers.
Cheers. I actually have a cocktail tonight. Woo!
It's Christmas. You got to have a cocktail. Joe Bob.
I always forget every week. They can attest to this. Well, I'm going to bring on our other hostess here, and I'm going to bring her on. Mary Chalman, what's going on?
Hello, how's it going? Merry Mutant Christmas.
Merry Mutant. I love that. That's got a great sound to it. That's
Merry
Nick Peter's title.
Christmas Merry. It's a palindrome. Merry Mutant Christmas Merry.
Yeah. That'll be my Twitter name for the Christmas holidays.
Well, next year you're the one that's going to host this, and
Perfect.
I'm the one that's coming in late.
Yeah. I thought I'd get away with it.
Oh no, I'm just kidding with you. I loved it because I saw Frank's chair there, and I'm just like, I'm doing this. I don't care. I'm having fun with it. But we've had two people who've been here very early. I mean, they got on before I did, and that's Dan and Tim, brothers, all the way from Michigan.
They're here since 7:30.
How are you guys feeling tonight? Lights and all, Tim.
Oh, I'm very festive.
I love it. It looks fantastic. And then we have one more in the waiting room, and I feel bad because I don't want to just leave her there by herself. Katie's here.
Yay!
Oh my gosh, you look amazing. You're very talented.
Merry Christmas.
We had to have Scrooge here. So, everybody, Merry Christmas. How's everybody excited for tonight? It's going to be a big night.
Excited.
So, I'm going to start off and I'm going to ask, and let's go around the room real quick. What does everybody think the movies are tonight? Frank, I'm going to start with you.
Christmas Evil and Deadly Games. It's got to be Christmas Evil. It's got to be.
Ryan goes first.
I agree with those picks. I was going to say Christmas Evil. I really haven't done a lot of research. I saw some of the research Brian had done with the axe, and that seems pretty convincing. But they've also put like the Evil Dead cabin in posters in the past, and they didn't actually use Evil Dead, so they get tricky with their posters,
Yeah, that's true. And I was just off. I have no idea what it is. I don't even think I saw any of the hints. So
I think it might be Santa's sleigh. Slay. They've never shown that one. Joe Bob had darts in his hat. Not that means anything, but one of the famous Santa's sleigh slasher deaths is death by darts.
Okay.
And it's amazing, and I believe it does feature some Santa cultists.
That's awesome.
They're called elves, Mary. Elves. That's how we say it.
That's the politically correct term.
Katie, what are you thinking?
I agree with Daddy Man. I think that it is, it's gotta be, right? I feel like they used the same Santa multiple times, but I have no idea. I'm stoked to find out.
And if it is Deadly Games, I'm very excited because I love that movie. Like Home Alone and Rambo, like mashed together.
I'm thinking it's probably going to be Fred Claus. Nobody's with me on this.
As long as Vince Vaughn dies, I fucking hate that guy.
Oh, so you like Freaky then?
Hot takes.
Yeah. I have very strong opinions about very specific things, and Vince Vaughn's one of them. I think he's the worst.
Oh, poor Vince Vaughn. He just tries to make you smile. Come on. So, Tim, what do you think? Let's hear your pick.
I think everyone's probably right, or at least said something that's probably going to be on there. Maybe Rare Exports as like a real dark horse. I basically just went through what was on Shudder, and I was like, well, they have a lot of really good Christmas movies on Shudder, like Christmas horror. So whatever they pick, I don't think we're going to have a loser this week. So I'm hopeful.
I have the countdown on right now, and I had the station that's running live, and Rare Exports just ended. Like they were streaming it live.
So we can eliminate that off the list.
I mean, that could be like how they throw us off. Like you sat there and watched the whole thing, and he's like, "All right, now I'm gonna host it." You know,
so that's what I did last year. I picked Deadly Games last year, and they showed Deadly Games. I just said it on my Rewind episode, so happens to the best of us.
Is a Christmas Horror Story on there? I think so.
That's
a
lot.
Five.
Fighting the hot jacked. What's the dude? The evil thing.
Krampus.
Yeah, it's Krampus. It's the hottest fight scene in a Christmas horror movie ever.
And then you get
oh my god, right? No, Santa.
Was okay. Wait.
I want to ask Dan real quick. Dan, what are you thinking?
I'll be honest. Everybody's always wrong about this, and I've been so off every single time that I'm just like, I like real quick an hour before this when I was like eating dinner before I logged on, 8 hours too early. I went through Christmas movies that they had on Shudder, and I was with Tim, and for what he said, Rare Exports, and then apparently that would have been a really bad guess. So yet again, I was wrong. I'm actually going to go with Daddy Man because he actually, the kills he has the kills, so it's probably a really good guess. But I didn't know about the dart thing, Mary. I didn't know.
Yeah, even after Brian posted his the thing about the poster, I was like, ooh, I wonder if there's a connection there. So maybe, who knows? I have a terrible track record when it comes to guessing these sorts of things because I just guess what I want to see and it's always wrong. Also,
I think it was Neanderthal commented on my post though, and she pointed out that we all thought it was going to be Evil Dead because of the cabin in the poster for Halloween, and then it was completely not Evil Dead. So
right. For what it's worth, I commented on Darcy's first post about the guessing, and I said, "Please, dear God, let it be Santa's sleigh," and she liked it. So
could be.
You never know. And I do have a feeling because of the trend of subtitle movies, foreign films, it's probably going to be Deadly Games, the second movie. Joe Bob has been,
which means he'll be asleep.
Joe Bob is bringing culture into our lives in this way.
Into a cultureless world.
I think Frank is, based upon what we've done so far. Frank is, man. How many subtitle movies have we watched this month already, Frank?
Oh, like 8 or so. There were a lot.
So many, all in different languages.
Yeah, for the 25 days of horror, from like Thai to Korean to Spanish and stuff.
There's a ton of really quality foreign horror movies. Well, and then we did. I mean, the one that like this was like the movie of the year for me. I don't think it was released this year, but Knife Plus Heart in French. Holy shit! Such a good movie.
That was a great night.
It was interesting.
So
those are really fun theme night. That was really cool.
Jeff by Hugo Knife will never be wrong.
So what? Let's do real quick. I want to get Dan because I know he wants to light something on fire. Hopefully,
I've been looking forward to this all day.
Dan, walk us through the drink that you are putting together for us today. And you look very dapper, by the way. Everybody looks great.
Yeah.
I was going to go with a sweater, but I had to wear the bolo because I've been
No,
wearing
it's great, man. Yeah,
You
gotta
look great, dude.
No. It's a bolo. I'm just kidding. I'm hoping Joe Bob's going to sing "Come On and Scream at Me." I'll take that much.
Are the strings off center?
Yeah, a little bit.
You ever notice he doesn't even out his strings? They're always like slightly off center.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Perfect. Joe Bob approved.
Pull it up. So Dan, we
Dan,
got
light it on fire.
Yeah. And before I get started, I just want to, based on last week's show, kind of throw a little bit of shade. Everything alcoholic right here is from Michigan. And we rule. Michigan rules. No. If anybody who's had a Sazerac, okay, knows this drink, but I'm going to make John McClane's Smoking Gun. And behind me,
Yes.
so like any Sazerac, you start with a sugar cube, right? But instead of muddling it in your wonderful drink, you're going to do it last because you're going to soak it in this wonderful substance right here. Okay? This is the Green Fairy. This is absinthe. Okay?
Oh, no.
Yes.
And mine to be 120 proof. So it's packing a punch. It's been quite a few nights on Friday Night Frights where I've done shots of this and then I tapped out at the second movie.
Oh, boy.
I'm going to set my sugar cube aside. Don't worry, I disinfected everything after I spilled wine everywhere during my video. So
exciting.
6 dashes of Peychaud's bitters. Okay.
Billy Arcader said he said Minnesota wrong.
Fuck yes.
And then you need 2 ounces of a rye whiskey. Now I have a particular rye that I'm using here from 2 James down in Detroit. It's called Johnny Smoking Gun, and it's a smoked rye.
Ooh.
It's an excellent rye. I highly recommend it. Okay.
How smoky is it, Dan?
It's not as smoky as I thought. It's not Scotch smoky. It's actually, if you read the back of the label, it was created to be served with ramen.
Ooh.
Yeah. So if you get a chance to buy this, I don't know if they distribute outside of Michigan or not, but 2 James is my favorite distillery. Sorry, New Holland. Sorry, Mammoth. I love both of you so much, but their stuff is top of the shelf, man. I wouldn't put anything above it. So yeah, 2 ounces. You got your pour. I was going to do free pours, but I didn't feel like being like super weird about it. Oh, shoot. I got to grab my ice cube. I'll be right back. Sorry. I'm so sorry.
While he runs away, I want to ask everybody.
Super weird about it.
If we're talking Die Hard here, who thinks that Die Hard is a Christmas movie? Raise your hands.
Of course it is.
All right. Hey. All right. Unanimous. I love it.
I actually because I don't think it's a Christmas movie.
All right.
Wait, who?
Here.
Contrarian.
You think Minnesota pizza is better than Jersey and New York pizza? You think that? Of course, you think that Die Hard's not a Christmas movie. What are you going to light on fire? Come on.
Oh, it's coming. Don't worry. Probably
you're doing the smack the ice thing.
Yeah, if you crack your ice with it, so you're supposed to use a big cube and a little cube and crack the big one. I just crack the big cube and I get a couple chunks in the bottom so that way, you can get the float on top.
Right.
Chunks of ice in it. So I'm doing it, like I said, I'm making this into a shot. So I got my shot glass here. And it should go right up to the rim if you're using a glass.
Dan, we're listening, but there's a puppy on the screen, and I gotta make it.
Oh, you're a good boy.
Okay.
So sorry.
So the next step, obviously, is to soak
Good boy.
And there's another one I'm making bigger. I got to make Tim bigger because this decoration and the sweater and hat this is just perfect right here, and he deserves the accolades. You win best background design tonight.
The wife did most of the team. Yes. There's a little bit added in there.
I love it. I just draped a bunch of crap in the background. You actually went all out. I love that.
Once the sugar cube is completely green, you place it on your bar spoon because it was the best thing I could find. And you get your torch.
Yes.
I'm so excited for this.
Right on fire.
Yes.
Alexa, lights off.
Oh, fancy.
That
was like the smoothest thing to have ever happened on the show. Ever.
It's not big enough. Alexa, lights on. While it's still flaming, you drop it in.
Hey!
Oh, yeah.
You got in, motherfucker!
This is a children's show.
Round of applause.
I love it. Arcader says, Die Hard is about a cop trying to reunite with his wife at Christmas who happens to run into a heist. What's more Christmas than family? Right. Lots of things. Presents, Jesus.
Come on, we all know this is anyone here celebrate Yule? Where's Evan?
I do.
Yes,
I'm a Yule
cool,
celebrator.
thank you.
That is why I'm not wearing a Santa hat today. I was like, I'm gonna go full Ebenezer Scrooge on you.
Yeah, you're a top.
I'm full of puns tonight. Prepare yourselves. I don't celebrate Christmas. I celebrate Christmas.
Oh god. That's pretty awesome. All right.
I'm down.
Perfect.
Oh, Whiskey celebrates Life Day.
Oh, Mary. Love you more.
So, I want to get it's the time of Christmas, and it's time of Christmas specials. We're doing one right now. We have Joe Bob doing one right after this. We had the Mutant Cafe Daddy Man over here doing one before us. What are some of our favorite Christmas specials that we grew up with?
Pee-wee's Christmas Playhouse.
Oh, that's a good one. I didn't even think about that one.
The Del Rubio sisters.
Oh, that's a great one. That's a cool pull on that one because I completely forgot about that.
Whoopi Goldberg. Everyone's in that one.
Yeah, and it has Lawrence Fishburne before he was famous, so it's always good. Frank, what do you got for me? I know you're going to have a good pull.
It's not even one I grew up on, but it's the one that pops in mind is the Muppet one. I bring it up. I brought it up just recently. The one where they're with the Fraggle Rocks and the Sesame Street ones.
Wow.
I think that's one of the best Christmas specials out there that everyone needs to know about.
Nice. I remember that one too.
That's
pretty awesome. All right, so I'll go to my other host, Mary. What do you got?
So my favorite Christmas specials are a little bit strange. So we do, my siblings and I would do a big sleep. I have 5 younger siblings, so that's so there's a lot of us, and we would do a big sleepover every year and watch A Christmas Story over and over and over and over when it was on the 24-hour channel. But the one that I do now as an adult is White Christmas, which again gives me the warm fuzzies. But the other one that I do is that I always listen to an audiobook version of A Christmas Carol, which is possibly my favorite book of all time. I love Charles Dickens. I love the language. I read it when I was very young, and just it's such a nice I don't know. I think it means more and more to me every single year. So those are my Christmas things.
I would love to just say that everything you said, from having 5 brothers and on, is probably the most Minnesota thing that I've ever heard. I imagine that's just what Minnesota is. I just because I have friends from Minnesota and they all have very similar stories, and it's just I think it's just Minnesota.
The thing that's really funny is that we lived in Minnesota for a few years, but we moved. My dad was in the Air Force, so we moved around a lot. The 5 siblings comes from the Catholic part.
Yeah, that's fair. Oh no, we have lots of siblings like in Jersey, but it's just a lot different. We're not having that.
What was the Jersey thing that produced the 5 kids? Catholicism?
Catholicism, 100%.
Catholicism has a tendency to do that.
That's straight up Catholic.
1, 2, get the rhythm, get it up.
I'm talking about like having 5 siblings and you all are having a sleepover at Christmas and watching A Christmas Story all day. We didn't do that. That didn't happen.
Really? I feel like that'll be, I think, the hard thing about this year, because I'm in Minnesota. I have a brother who is in medical school and is like taking care of people in New York City. I have 2 brothers in Philadelphia, and then the rest are in central Pennsylvania, so everyone's sort of separated. So I'm really excited for next Christmas, where I think we're all going to go all out. And now that we're, grown, staying up all night means something a lot different. So cheers to that.
Very nice. Cheers. All right, I'm in on it.
I want to know what.
Cheer every time someone says cheers. I'm taking a drink because I never have a drink on this show.
So wait, what's everyone drinking?
Eggnog.
We know what Dan's drinking.
He's got eggnog.
Got the spiked eggnog.
I got Shorts. Well, it's almost gone, but Juicy Tree, which is a double IPA.
Ooh. Ah, beautiful.
Not great.
Good Michigan beer.
I got juice.
Juice.
How's the beer that you got from Leo the other day?
Frank's drinking the Kool-Aid and the jungle juice or whatever. Frank's got the going.
It has pomegranate in it.
Oh my God. I haven't heard the term jungle juice since I was in college.
Everything in the trash can, y'all. Just mix it up.
Everclear was legal where I went to college.
Fanny Arcader's trying to get me drunk. So, okay, let's continue on. Katie, what are some of your favorite Christmas specials?
Gosh, I think that what I recall from being like a little person was, of course, the Muppets Christmas special, and then I also really liked like the Disney Mickey Mouse Christmas Carol as well. They did really good Christmas specials, and my household always watched like religiously Home Alone every year because it's just a masterpiece, and we would watch National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Yeah.
And we would watch A Christmas Story sometimes, but I think that Home Alone almost always took the cake. And then we would also always watch The Grinch Who Stole Christmas, but like the good one from the 1960s, not the, I don't know what all these remakes are about. They freak me out.
Who did the voice of, or who was the narrator for The Grinch Who Stole Christmas? Because I think I remember
Boris Karloff.
Isn't it Boris Karloff?
Really?
So that's like, yeah, Boris Karloff. So yeah, Mutant. I feel like The Grinch Who Stole Christmas is the most mutant thing you could ever watch on Christmas, right?
That is true.
Yeah.
I can't disagree. So Dan, what do you got for me? What's
actually, so I have my wife. I was going to try to introduce her. She does. I didn't mention this before, but she always does these like chalk drawings for me on my videos. I try to get her on, but she's like,
put it up. We want to see it.
See, look at this, man.
What a nice impression of your wife.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's so cool.
I love the chalk drawings every time.
Yes.
They're awesome.
She's the real talent in the family, let me tell you. Oh, my hair looks terrible. I put my hat off. I have a special for you guys. I'm not going to go with one from my childhood because I watch all kinds of stuff as far as Christmas stuff from my childhood. It was a pretty mixed bag. But my brother last year for Christmas got me the best Christmas gift any human being alive can get. And I don't care. You guys can convince me otherwise. I don't care. I somehow missed this as a child, and I don't know. And we watched it last year, and it's the He-Man and She-Ra Christmas special, and it is absolutely magical. And I don't know how I missed it as a kid. I have no idea.
They only started one.
It's awesome. And I recommend if you guys get a chance to watch it. It's got two like humans that get involved in everything that's going on in their world somehow. I don't know. Do they get warped, Tim? Do you remember?
Yeah, I think so. I can't exactly remember. It's like when kids are in Transformers, like you don't really like them, but they're there.
They're there.
They have to humanize them.
It's magical. And of course, the Aqua Teen Hunger Force Christmas specials, I watch it every year. So,
wow, Master Shake, that actually makes sense.
That adds up.
And Tim, I wanted to finish off with you because, I mean, listen, if you have Baby Yoda on your Santa hat, you gotta have.
So the decorations are all my wife, as well as is the Baby Yoda hat. So, and the shirt is a stormtrooper, and that was gotten from her father. So, and we match. So there's a lot. So there's a lot of her here. But it's nice to know that that's the best gift I've ever gotten Dan, because that was one of the cheapest ones. I don't generally get him cheap gifts, so if only I knew. But Christmas specials, I really like TV Christmas specials. I watch a lot of them during this time of year. The Boy Meets World ones, I just went through all of those.
Nice.
And if anyone needs a pick-me-up this Christmas, but also wants to learn a lesson, there's a lot going on there. There's
want to learn a lesson. They just want to get drunk.
There's relationship compromise.
Cheers.
There's the meaning of Christmas. There's like, oh man, there's like saving Sean from the mobsters. Like, there's so many wonderful things. Movies, my favorite, and I think I've yelled this in so many chats that we've all been in, but is Bad Santa. I will die on that hill. If you knew my father, you would understand why. So that's all I'm going to say on that. That is the most relatable Christmas movie I have ever watched in my life.
Very nice.
It is a true redemption story. If you really pay attention to it and you watch it more than 15 times, you really, the humor starts to fall away and it becomes much more of a redemption story. So that one's one of my favorites. I could go on and on. I mean, the Office Christmas specials are amazing.
Oh, so good.
The Gilmore Girls Christmas specials are really good. Community Christmas specials are really good. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of good ones.
Anyone here a Bob's Burgers fan? Anyone here a Bob's Burgers fan?
I've never watched it. Our buddy Steve has.
Yeah, my buddy
so
Steve,
good.
who's here but won't go on camera. He's a big Bob's Burgers fan.
Steve, get on camera. So Bob's Burgers is amazing. And Bob's Burgers has, I think, the best Thanksgiving specials, but also really, really good Christmas specials. And I think Bob's Burgers is the show that like makes me want to actually have kids, because it sounds like they make it look like a lot of fun.
I'm telling you, I love my children. It's not. Like, they're not going to make it fun. It's not going to be like that. It's going to be joyous and for many other reasons, but not that. That's not how they make it fun.
But the beauty of Christmas in the eyes of a child.
Listen, I have an 8-year-old who's very sarcastic, and I'm usually the butt of all of his jokes. And that's saying something.
The kids are maturing much faster these days. That darn internet.
They all got their phones and stuff, looking stuff up.
Yeah, insults. Hey, fat ass. Oh, wait, you read that on the internet?
What's your children call you that?
No. But
what's the movie where the girl gets kidnapped by the like really creepy like 14-year-old? It's a relatively new movie. Oh, and it's supposed to kind of be like Home Alone. We just watched it on Sunday.
Better watch out. Better watch out.
That movie is terrifying.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That is
but
one of the
good.
scariest films I've ever seen because it's so real. I believe Gen Z will rise up and kill us all, and they'll do it just for the lulz.
You're gonna Home Alone him? Smash.
Oh my god! That's
Can we take a moment to appreciate that Dan just took another shot?
Oh yeah. That's great.
So
He's
Dan,
gonna kill himself.
take another shot and then tell us everything.
Another shot? Do you want another shot?
No.
Okay, wait, before Dan takes another shot, I wanna humble brag for a hot second. The Monster Movie Happy Hour drink for the evening is a riff on a Tom and Jerry, but it's I'm calling it a Tom and Atkins.
Yes.
Really? Go ahead. What's in it?
Nice.
So it's rum, hot milk, and then Tom and Jerry batter, which is a dozen eggs. I have like, this is one jar of it. I think I have like 5 jars of it now. And it's so you whip the egg whites to stiff peaks, and then you take the yolks and mix it with rum and spices and 2 pounds of sugar, and then mix it all together, and then you add about 2 ounces of this, 2 ounces of rum, and then hot milk, and it's absolutely fucking delightful.
That sounds so good.
It's so good. And instead of using, usually traditional Tom and Jerry batter uses vanilla. I used almond extract and added was it black cardamom, because I saw it at my one of my local grocery stores and it sounded fun. So it's kind of funky and weird, and it's super tasty, but will not get you nearly as drunk as Dan's flaming shot.
Mary, did you get that?
We got a long night ahead of us.
Say that again?
Fading Arcader said Eureka and Warehouse 13, Sci-Fi's Better Days. And then Whiskey says, and this is the winner, Sci-Fi, SCI-FI, not Sci-Fi, SYFY. And I'm going to say this, Whiskey, I get these stickers made up here as giveaways, and you just won a goodie bag. So message me your address, and I will send that out to you. All right, you won that one. So I will say this: Garfield Christmas Special reigns supreme. The back scratcher from Odie is always the sweetest.
That's so wow. That is a deep cut there, man. That's a deep cut. I love it.
I love the Garfield Christmas Special. I love the Halloween and Christmas Special. I watch them every year. I have to.
It's awesome.
So it's a big one. And then I watch It's Wonderful Life because I'm a sappy dope.
Aw, that's really sweet.
Put those thumbs the other way, sir.
I hate that film. That film is hell.
So good.
Well, I'm glad that most of you.
Wonderful Life is the longest, worst film ever. It felt like it was 4 hours.
I just watched Transformers: Age of Extinction last night with my 8-year-old, and let me tell you about the longest, most boring film ever. It's Age of Extinction. It's a Wonderful Life, at least, has that sweet story you talked about.
There are samurai films that feel shorter than It's a Wonderful Life.
Oh, fine.
Lords of Arabia feels short in comparison to It's a Wonderful Life.
It's literally Merry Christmas, mailbox! Merry Christmas, people up on the sidewalk! Merry...
I love old films too.
You're like, we got it. Christmas.
Who caught the other day? I posted on Facebook the comparison between It's a Wonderful Life and Lethal Weapon, and because It's a Wonderful Life is probably one of the most recognizable Christmas movies of all time.
Yeah.
We can at least agree on that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
And Lethal Weapon, everybody argues. But Lethal Weapon, I said this: you have a suicidal man who partners with a good man to learn about the value of friendship and family. And it's 10% of the movie takes place during Christmas. That's what's Wonderful Life. And then you have Lethal Weapon: a suicidal man partners with a good man to learn about the value of friends and family. And that's 100% during Christmas, set during Christmas. Boom, Lethal Weapon's a Christmas movie. That's it. No more arguments. You go watch it now.
All right.
Watch it right
I'm in.
So
Frank needs to do a shot because you're drinking that cranberry juice, buddy. We got to get you involved here, man. You got to do a shot.
Come on.
We never know what else Frank has going on, though. I don't want to know what mixes with alcohol, and Frank chooses not to partake. I understand.
No, I gotta go grab some more beers in between. I ran out, and I need more.
Like a little drop of morphine, a little drop of.
I was gonna say because I'm usually the one that never even has a drink, and I'm supposed to.
Hi, Tim's wife.
Hi, Tim's wife. We love the hat, the sweater, and the decorations. You won best decoration.
Nice, the matching sweaters. That's awesome.
Oh my God.
We are mutants, and we have to talk horror because we're about to watch it.
Yep.
and I want to talk Christmas horror. What are some of your favorite Christmas horror films? And especially, I want to hear your favorite deaths in a Christmas horror film.
Mrs. Deagle's up there. If only I could have rocketed her out of that house.
That's a good one.
I mean, I would argue that A Christmas Carol is a horror movie in that there are many ghosts. It is very gothic. It was created in that period, and that's like, I think my favorite, like, holy shit, like, oh my god, sort of moments in a Christmas movie is when Scrooge sees his coffin being like lowered into the earth, and it's so depressing, and like, and it really makes you think, like, oh my god, like, what do I? It's like this moment of sort of like realization of like, I really need to turn my life around. Hits very hard every single goddamn year. So I would say that one.
You know what the scariest one for me was out of all the Christmas carols? When I was a kid, Disney's A Christmas Carol. When Scrooge falls into it.
Oh, yeah.
That was a scary animation for the time.
It's like, oh my god.
Yeah, so I'm with you. I think Christmas Carol is a pretty good horror story.
Yes.
Not the best horror movie during the time, I would say. There's not enough murder in it. But Frank, I want to hear from you, buddy, because you are the man with this.
Oh, I'm the man with Christmas horror.
Well, with horror.
Yeah.
Sure. And
I love all
Christmas
the
falls
Silent
under.
Night, Deadly Night, all like 5 of them. I love I'm always a big fan of slasher franchises, so I appreciate that there's like an ongoing Santa themed slasher. So the Silent Night, Deadly Night movies definitely. As far as like recent ones, you just brought it up a minute ago. I think one that like needs to be talked about more is Better Watch Out, with the kid abducting the babysitter. That movie is insane. We did a Sunday night watch along of it, I think, just recently, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you haven't seen that, definitely check it out.
The paint can scene in that might be up there now. That is it's horrifying, and the way they set it up is it really gets under your skin.
He does it without like any emotion or regret. That kid's something else.
Don't forget Christmas. Thank you. Love that one.
Say that again.
Red Christmas. Don't forget that one.
That was good. That was real good.
I mean, honestly, so Santa's Sleigh I think has some of the best Christmas like boilerplate slasher deaths. Like that's all it is a Christmas slasher. It is built off of the deaths of many. And my favorite one of them is a guy who works in one of the, I think he works in like a corner store, gets a menorah through the neck.
Ooh. Yeah.
Nice.
And it's pretty fucking solid.
Right. And the video let out for 12 days and 12 months.
Oh, Jesus.
Nice. You're welcome. I'm here, right?
So, kind of wrapping things up because I want to give everybody a chance to like go to the bathroom, kind of prep, get your snacks and all that stuff. So, I kind of want to go around one more time and just celebrate the season. Let's do it with how's about this? Your favorite gift you've ever gotten as a kid for Christmas, of course. I'm gonna say the Ghostbusters Firehouse.
Oh man, so good.
That was a solid one for me. I love that one. That was a good Christmas.
Yeah, I would say for sure.
So I'm gonna say nobody else got anything for Christmas.
No, I thought we were gonna. You usually
I thought we were going in.
All right. I'll pick. Go with Dan first because I went with him last.
Okay. Probably my favorite Christmas gift of all time when I was a kid. Megatron. It's got to be Megatron. I got Megatron before Optimus Prime, and Optimus Prime is like my hero. I got Megatron when I was 4, and immediately broke him 3 days after because that is a terrible transformer. It's a terrible transformer. It's really hard to transform, and I was 4. But that was such an amazing Christmas present. That or Castle Grayskull. That was the same Christmas.
Yeah.
Megatron or Castle Grayskull.
Got it right on the floor right there.
Awesome. Oh my God, I'm jealous.
I found it in the collectibles, and now my kids play with it. Okay, Tim, how about you? Because you were in the same house.
So it's interesting. Dan said Grayskull. So that was obviously before I was born. In 97 or 98, I don't know if it was the 97 or 98, we got Final Fantasy 7 and a PlayStation, and that was pretty big. And that was Dan's gift, not mine, but it was a good one. For me, it was the PlayStation 2 that came with Kingdom Hearts, and we unwrapped it early to see what it was, and then we rewrapped it. And that was really exciting. I think Madden was also a part of that. That was a big Christmas for the team. So, but Dan and I usually it was very like group situation where it was like, well, we both got something really good and we used it a lot.
So, Katie, how about you?
I should probably preamble by saying don't do this if you are a parent and you are gift giving to your children. But I think that probably my favorite gift was a parakeet. I received a parakeet for Christmas with the enclosure and everything. And I was just over the moon. I was like, this is a live animal. I mean, don't give people pets because you don't know if they can or want to take care of them. But I did, thankfully. I was very into animals. So that for sure was the big one for me.
That's awesome. That's a great gift. And I want to go, Brian. How about you next?
Maybe not the favorite gift, but favorite Christmas story of a gift. When I was like 7 or 8, I found my parents' Christmas present stash. So I opened a little, like, it was like maybe like that big, like little video game reproduction, but you could still play it, like Pac-Man, Frogger, Asteroid. I think it was Frogger or Miss Pac-Man, maybe. So I played with it every day that week while my parents were at work. So Christmas morning, we do round robin, so you have to wait. Like you do yours, and then Mary does hers, and then Kitty does hers. And, you go like so you're waiting and waiting and waiting, and I'm waiting for this present because I know I'm getting it, and I'm going to play with it all day. So it's the very last present, and I'm opening it up, and we have a picture of it. So it's my favorite picture memory, and it's literally filled with rocks and sticks because my parents taped the packages, so if we opened them, they could see that the tape. They waited until like dinner, and then I actually got the present.
Did you wait until after dinner?
Yeah, they made me wait. Like,
that's like the best way to call you out on your bullshit.
Totally worth it, though. Totally worth it. You get to play with it for a week, man. That's worth it.
I mean, I kind of deserve it.
Mary, I know it's going to be something Minnesotan.
Oh,
it's going to
be. It's damn close. So I was my day job is as a historian. That started at a very young age when my parents got me an American Girl doll, and they got me the Kirsten American Girl doll, who is from Minnesota.
Kirsten rocks.
and all the books that went with it. So I would read all of these books. And they had these back sections that were great that would talk about the real history of this, fictional character's life. And it was wonderful. And I loved playing, imagination games, stuff like that. So I think those were, that was probably the best, like most memorable Christmas was getting that doll when I was young.
Nice. That's great.
She's a pioneer, right? Like she's like,
yes, she was one of the settlers from the 19th century. And they got it because that was the one that they got because we're Swedish. Kirsten's Swedish. And my aunt, the first Chalman who came to the United States, made his way up to Minnesota for a time. But he was part of a Swedish religious commune, like a capital C communist in the 1840s, called Bishop Hill in Illinois, if anyone's familiar. So we come from a long line of disaffected idealists, and I got to learn all about it.
Disaffected idealists, I love that.
Jesus Christ. All right, this is a crazy turn. So
blasphemy.
Frank, bring us back around.
I don't feel like I have quite as interesting of a story as that.
I think it got a little dark there. So
that's hard to follow, Frank.
I know. I guess like the first thing that came to mind, and it would show like the age gap because Tim said like PlayStation 2 or something. Like a big Christmas for me was Super Nintendo. So that was big with the F-Zeros and the Marios and all that, and all the different games. And then a little bit later in life, a Christmas present that popped in mind when I was like 12 or 13, I got like my first VCR that I hooked up, and I would sit there and like record movies all the time off the TVs. It was like, early days of bootlegging or something like that, and just had like hundreds of tapes with like movies that I recorded. Like, so that was a memorable Christmas.
That's awesome.
That's really sweet.
Great one.
So good.
Listen, I appreciate everybody who came on tonight. You guys are all fantastic. I appreciate my co-hosts, of course, Frank and Mary. It is our Christmas special, our first one, hopefully of many. We appreciate all of you for jumping in and watching us and enjoying this, and we hope you enjoyed Joe Bob's Saves Christmas tonight. We will be, and we'll be tweeting along with you. And then make sure next week. I don't know what the theme is next week, but we'll be there for Friday Night Frights, kicking it off at 6 p.m. of course. But I don't think I ever get to say this because I never have a drink. But everybody, cheers and thank you.
Oh,
cheers!
Got it. Aha, Dan.
The bartender's the one out of booze. That's the way.
I got plenty of booze. That's our problem.
Thanks for everybody watching again, and Merry Christmas to you. We hope you again enjoy the Last Drive-In with Joe Bob tonight. Thank you again, everybody. You can check this out on the SceneSnobs.com YouTube page and the podcast anywhere podcasts are listened to. And we will talk to you guys later.
Bye.
Merry Christmas, everybody! Happy holidays! Happy Hanukkah!